Have you ever pondered the terrifying reality of being accused of a crime you didn't commit? Now imagine you're living a quiet, fulfilling life. You're a loving father, a doting husband, the epitome of an ordinary man leading an ordinary life. Then one fateful day, your world is shattered. An anonymous tip, a knock on the door, and a pair of cold handcuffs later, you find yourself facing an accusation so heinous, it sends shivers down your spine. Suddenly, you're no longer the man you once were. You're a suspect, an accused, a pariah. The air of disbelief is thick, spreading like wildfire through your family. The shock is palpable, the disbelief overwhelming. You're caught in a vortex of confusion and fear, your life spiraling out of control. All it took was a single moment, a fleeting instant, and your world was irrevocably altered. In the blink of an eye, our protagonist's world was turned upside down. Imagine standing in the courtroom knowing you're innocent, yet everyone around you believes you're guilty. This was our protagonist's reality, a nightmare playing out in broad daylight. The trial was a battle against a torrent of manipulated evidence, a tide that seemed impossible to turn. The prosecution presented a compelling case, building a narrative of guilt around a jigsaw of half-truths and misinterpreted facts. The defense fought back valiantly, attempting to unravel the twisted threads of the prosecution's argument. Yet, each piece of evidence, each testimony twisted, was like a knife in the heart of our protagonist, a blow to his hope for justice. His struggle for innocence was not just his own. It was shared by his family, who watched helplessly as the man they knew was painted as a criminal. The emotional toll was immense, a heavy burden carried by all. Despite his fervent pleas of innocence, the gavel came down hard. He was sentenced to prison. Locked away, time became the protagonist's greatest enemy. Each day behind bars was a struggle, an eternal battle against despair and loneliness. The cold, hard prison cell became his world, a world devoid of warmth, comfort, and love. Yet he clung to life with a fierce determination. He was not just a prisoner, he was a man wronged, a man who had been robbed of his freedom. He faced each day with courage, his heart pounding with the relentless rhythm of innocence. The food was tasteless, the silence deafening, and the isolation unbearable. Yet he stood tall, refusing to be crushed by the weight of his circumstances. His innocence was his armor, a shield against the harsh realities of prison life. He never stopped proclaiming his innocence, never ceased to fight for his freedom. His voice echoed through the prison halls, a beacon of hope in a world of despair. Years passed, and while his body was confined, his spirit remained unbroken. What happens when the truth finally comes out, but it's too late? Our protagonist found himself grappling with this very question when his innocence was finally discovered. The error unraveled, his conviction overturned. He was released from the cold grasp of prison, but the joy of freedom was bittersweet. He had missed out on his daughter's first steps, her first day of school, her graduation. These moments, once lost, were impossible to reclaim. The strain it put on his family was immense, a heavy burden they all had to bear. His wife, a single mother in his absence, had to juggle the roles of both parents. The emotional reunion with his family was poignant, but it was no secret that the struggle to adapt to life outside prison was a steep hill to climb. The world he once knew was now foreign, changed, as if he had been left behind. In the end, our protagonist was free, but at what cost? So what are the real-life implications of such a horrifying ordeal? This tale of a man robbed of his daughter's youth emphasizes the devastating effects of false accusations. It calls for a deeper probe into our justice system. Subscribe to this channel for more videos that make you think, question, and perhaps even change the world.